we cannot just stay away. And we said that, yes, Gen Zs, we applaud them. They are the majority. It's their future which is more crucial than ours. But what they began and what they are continuing with must be supported by Gen Zote. That is something that I think we agreed. No more blood will be shed in this commemoration. Whether these young people are doing a vigil with candles, whether, as some of them are saying, they want a dialogue with the police at every, every county to understand what does Utumishi for water mean. Even as they go to places of worship, to remember, and so on and so forth. So this is bigger, and our country is not going to heal. I think somebody talked about national healing. What is happening is very superficial, and that is not how national healing, like happened a bit in South Africa after apartheid. Actually, we have never had a real serious national dialogue, and I hope, during my lifetime, I will see a different Kenya. And even up to today, there are people from 2007, who are exposed to, significant trauma. People were killed, and it was supposed to be spontaneous and all that kind of stuff. And that has not been resolved, fully, if truth be said. So this is why, although Mabonga said, national dialogue is not good enough, but a country must at some point speak to itself. Because if it doesn't, all these things just pile up, and the national trauma, continues. And those who lived through 2007-8, those who lived through, not many who are present now, through Mau Mau, even those who lived through the 1990s, when again a lot of people, and most of them were young people, who were killed. And any time, people are killed, so this is why I was saying to Mabonga, to all of us, that at some point, and I hope it is soon, we come to a conversation about, the things that have happened. And so that, people can really own what they have done, which is not correct. And we can decide now we are going to do better. And time is running out, because if in 2007 we get into another 2007-8, we actually could very easily lose our country. We are, the countries that our neighbors are almost shell countries. And this country has an opportunity not to be a shell country, so to speak. And I think even, people are saying we want better for Kenya. If we don't do our politics so that there is a national youth Marshall Plan, so that we genuinely ask ourselves, what is it that we will do to rescue our youth from their unemployment, from their misery, from their dejection, from even younger youth wanting to ban schools, saying that this education means nothing because we will not be employed, there will be no opportunities. Those are the big questions. And Dibal, when one listens to the conversations we have, and they are beautiful conversations, if we represent different political formations, first of all, we need to listen to each other. We need not to abuse each other. We need to debate in a civil way. And we need to, you don't score much just by abusing somebody, putting them down, not listening to them. Because we will help our, let me call them principles. We can influence them in a positive direction. And even us here, we can't just be disagreeing on everything. At some point, we should be able to say we disagree on so many things, but we also agree on some things, and we will build consensus on some things, and even fundamentally disagree on others. Because it can't just be You are right and I'm wrong, and you are wrong and I'm right. And we have responsibility because we influence what I'll call our principles. We should be able to influence them. So I would think that what Dabal has offered in this forum should actually help us to input into 20, as we go forward towards 2027. And I am also, I think there was the quotation of Article 132 of the, actually it is Article 131 of the Constitution, 131.2. The President shall respect, uphold, and safeguard this Constitution, safeguard the sovereignty of the Republic, promote and enhance the unity of the nation, promote respect for the diversity of the people and communities of Kenya, and ensure the protection of human rights and fundamental freedoms and rule of law. So you can see that emphasis on human rights is a protector among the other things that he should do of the human rights of all of us. And I think it has been emphasized that compensation for life lost, for abductions, for all those abuses of human rights is not the basic thing, because first of all, there can't be adequate compensation of when lives are extinguished. So that justice thing is so primary because that is how you begin to create the national healing. So I think we need to think deeper, and it's all of us actually, and actually, I wish even there would be conferences of like these people who are here to really come up with things that they say this is how the country should move forward, and encourage I'm calling them principles to consider what we say is important to take our country forward. And respecting these young people, they have a mind, they have courage, they have energy, they have more future than most of us. And a nation that thinks its youth are enemies cannot survive, not for long. So I just want to say that as people who actually come here, those who come here on Sundays sequentially, we have a responsibility because there are those that we can influence, and even our young people can influence us, even those principles, and let us listen to their cries. And thank you, Dibal. Thank you, from the people have been talking, and we listen, and we think that we can help our country. But I hope, Dibal, once in a while you'll be asking us, what have we agreed on? What is still outstanding that we have not agreed on? So that our conversations can bear fruit. And I yield.